The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 8, which is titled Decent Work and Economic Growth, is one of the 17 global goals adopted by all United Nations member states as part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Its core mission is to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all people. SDG 8 recognizes that economic opportunity and dignified work are not only economic issues, but essential building blocks for human well-being, community stability, and long-term global prosperity. At its foundation, SDG 8 targets sustained economic growth that benefits society broadly rather than concentrating wealth among a few. For developing countries, this includes achieving at least a 7% GDP growth per year, which can help expand jobs, reduce poverty, and improve living standards. However, the goal emphasizes that growth alone is not enough. Economic expansion must be inclusive, meaning it provides opportunities for all groups, including women, youth, people with disabilities, migrants, and marginalized communities. One of the central calls of SDG 8 is the creation of decent work, defined by the International Labor Organization as work that is productive, provides fair income, ensures security in the workplace, offers social protection, and promotes personal development and social inclusion. This concept rejects exploitative conditions such as forced labor, unsafe environments, unregulated hours, child labor, and discrimination. Instead, it advocates for work that respects human dignity, empowers individuals, and fosters communities that can grow and thrive. Decent work includes protections such as the right to organize labor unions, the freedom to choose employment, safe working conditions, and access to training and skill development. SDG 8 acknowledges that without these protections, workers remain vulnerable to exploitation and poverty cycles continue generation after generation. Youth employment is a major component of SDG 8. With millions of young people entering the workforce each year, especially in low and middle income countries, job creation and skills training are essential. The goal promotes expanding education pathways, vocational programs, apprenticeships, and entrepreneurship opportunities so young people can build sustainable livelihoods. Reducing the high global youth unemployment rate is critical not only for economic productivity, but for reducing crime, social unrest, and hopelessness. Another priority of SDG 8 is the elimination of forced labor, modern slavery, and child labor. Millions of people, including children, are still trapped in these conditions across various industries such as mining, manufacturing, agriculture, and domestic work. SDG 8 sets a clear target to eradicate these practices by strengthening policies, international cooperation, law enforcement, and economic support for vulnerable families. The goal also focuses on improving labor productivity through innovation, technology, and higher skill levels. When productivity rises, economies become more competitive and create better paying jobs. This includes encouraging small and medium-sized enterprises, which make up a large share of global employment, but often struggle to access financing and resources. SDG 8 pushes for policies that make business development easier, strengthen financial institutions, and expand access to credit. Furthermore, SDG 8 emphasizes sustainable tourism, recognizing it as a powerful engine for job creation, especially in developing regions, and a way to preserve cultural and environmental assets. When managed responsibly, tourism can sustainably uplift local economies while honoring natural and cultural heritage. Environmental sustainability is another key component. SDG 8 stresses that economic growth must not come at the cost of the planet. This includes increasing resource efficiency, reducing carbon intensity, and transitioning industries toward greener models. The integration of economic and ecological priorities is essential for long-term prosperity. Overall, SDG 8 envisions a world where everyone has the opportunity to work productively, safely, and fairly, while economies grow in ways that uplift society and protect the environment. By focusing on inclusion, dignity, and sustainability, SDG 8 serves as a foundation for reducing poverty, improving equality, and building stable, resilient communities around the world. Innovative ideas can help SDG 8 achieve its mission. Here are two such ideas. The two innovative ideas, such as the Cultural Exchange Networking Grid and the Global Mutual Benefit Passport, work together to create a worldwide system for meaningful, culturally respectful networking that promotes mutual benefit, professional growth, and cross-border collaboration. These ideas recognize that the world is interconnected, but not all cultures approach communication, collaboration, or relationship building in the same way. By embracing those differences rather than trying to erase them, the two systems offer a powerful blueprint for global cooperation. The Cultural Exchange Networking Grid is designed as a decentralized, AI-assisted ecosystem that helps individuals, businesses, and institutions network in a culturally adaptive way. At its core, this grid aims to solve one of the biggest challenges of global networking, which is misunderstanding caused by differing cultural norms. It does this by gathering information from participants, such as communication preferences, trust-building styles, formality levels, time orientation, collaboration expectations, and personal or professional goals, and turning that into a cultural networking map. This map enables the system to understand who might be compatible, what styles might clash, and how best to structure interactions. The matching algorithm is built not simply on shared interests, but on complementary strengths and mutual benefit potential. A participant from a relationship-oriented culture is guided to connect with someone from a contract-first culture in a way that respects both preferences. Before any meeting, participants receive a culturally tailored briefing that includes recommended greetings, conversation pacing, tips for managing expectations, potential communication friction points, and suggested topics that will help establish trust. These briefings features ensure that differences become bridges rather than barriers. This networking grid also hosts global virtual networking events designed to reflect various communication traditions from around the world. Some sessions may use storytelling, others formal pitch structures, while others reflect quiet reflection and discussion, mirroring East Asian, African, Western, or indigenous traditions. This diversity allows participants to find comfort in familiar formats while also experiencing new styles and learning how others connect. To build long-term credibility and track the results of collaborations, this networking grid uses a technology-based value exchange ledger. This allows individuals to document mentorship hours, shared skills, successful partnerships, and assistance offered or received. The ledger functions as a trust-building tool and a global professional reputation system, ensuring transparency across cultures and geographic boundaries. The second innovative idea is called the Global Mutual Benefit Passport, which is a digital credentialing and incentive system that rewards positive networking behavior. While the networking grid provides structure, this benefit passport provides motivation. The passport operates like a worldwide badge and recognition platform where individuals earn points for participating in networking activities that produce mutual benefit, such as collaboration, mentorship, resource sharing, and problem solving. The networking activity points system assigns value to each action. Over time, participants earn levels that unlock meaningful rewards through the global benefits marketplace. These benefits may include discounted or free training programs, access to international conferences, specialized mentorship opportunities, global internships, tools for entrepreneurship, travel scholarships, or introductions to high-level actors such as investors or organizational leaders. This marketplace turns altruistic networking into a concrete pathway for personal advancement. This benefit passport also includes global skill-building missions, which are gamified challenges where participants work with others across borders to solve real-world issues linked to the Sustainable Development Goals, such as poverty reduction, education improvement, or clean water innovations. Earned badges provide verified proof of impact and help individuals build global credibility. Importantly, both systems are built to include remote and underserved communities. Offline-compatible mobile applications allow people in low-bandwidth environments, whether they are rural villages, refugee settlements, or remote towns, to fully participate using voice features, text-light communication, or local facilitator resource centers. This ensures the system benefits not just urban professionals, but also individuals who have historically lacked worldwide visibility and opportunity. Peer endorsements add another layer of verification, increasing trust across participants from different backgrounds. As individuals engage and add value to one another, their reputation grows, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of generosity and collaboration. Together, these innovative ideas form a powerful synergy. The networking grid establishes structured, culturally aware networking that reduces misunderstanding and increases partnership success. The benefit passport incentivizes participation, rewards helpful behavior, and sustains engagement through tangible, meaningful benefits. One system helps people connect, the other motivates them to continue connecting in a generous and productive way. Overall, these ideas envision a world where global networking becomes more inclusive, more culturally intelligent, and more beneficial for individuals and societies alike, bridging languages, traditions, and economies to help humanity collaborate at its highest potential.